Let's get it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Woo! Now that was a college football Saturday. Oh, shit. Listen, there's a lot. There's a lot I got to get to when it comes to recording this October 6th, 2024, a day after some college football for real. We're talking about upset after upset, where a lot of things are gonna be shaken up after this week, and I'm gonna get to all of it. But you already know, if you're a regular consumer to my work, you already know I gotta get to my Michigan Wolverines. I gotta get to them right now. It's immediate. It's an emergency. They need one of their diehard fans that actually played the game, actually knows the game, has actually coached high school football, has actually scouted college football, has actually worked for an NFL franchise, actually has books in regards to sports marketing, how we navigate this transfer portal, who really knows the business. It's time for that fan, which I'm talking about myself if you didn't pick up on that. It's time for their fan to really speak to the program, all right? Here it is. Here's what I'll say, all right? We just dropped a game, a really, really tough game, a really tough game to lose in Washington, seeing that last year, that was the team we beat for the national championship. And in terms of morale, psychology, all the championship flavor is officially gone. It's out of it. It's no longer there. No longer in Ann Arbor. All right. Now it's all now about right now. It's officially whatever national championship hangover we had from last year is officially over. After a couple months after beating this team, you go to Washington and they kick your ass. All right. And they truly kick your ass. It could have been a lot worse than it actually was. I was proud of the way that Michigan fought back and all that kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, we were outmatched, outplayed, outcoached, everything, all right? It was actually a dominating game from the Washington Huskies, all right? So here's the message I have for Michigan, for the Michigan faithful is here. It's officially time to rebuild, all right? I'm not saying that from a negative standpoint. Actually, I think it's more of a positive standpoint when you think about Harbaugh and what he built up and how he built it up when he started. We were getting our ass kicked for a couple years when Harbaugh was there. However, he stuck to the principles. He stuck to the foundation. He stuck to what Michigan football is all about, to the tradition and like I said, the principles that make Michigan football the greatest football program in college football historically, the team with the most wins, period, all right? It's time to officially rebuild. And let me be very clear when I say this. When I say rebuild, I don't mean you just throw in your true freshman quarterback and then hope things are going to get better right now. That's not the definition I mean when I say rebuild. I mean rebuild everywhere. Rebuild, get younger at the offensive line, get some more playmakers at the wide receiver position. You need defensive backs. Desperately, you need defensive backs. You need a defensive coordinator that isn't going to blitz so much, isn't so gung-ho on this blitz. There's so many opportunities that I feel like we had. Now, I'm not saying the defense necessarily played a bad game, but for the past 3 weeks, it's been him running this blitz and it's not getting home. And that's left wide receivers wide open. I mean, the defensive backfield, there was so much cushion, so much stuff, so many opportunities that we missed out on because the DBs were playing so back. Because again, you have this blitz heavy package that we have with this new D coordinator when you really didn't need to do it. And if you look at the sacks that we got throughout the entire game, we were getting home without having to run a blitz. We were getting home with a 4-man rush, 3-man rush. Graham and them boys was actually getting there, and you keep running this blitz, and that ultimately hurt us as well. Not saying it's the reason we lost the game. You're on your third quarterback now. The guy comes in, he has a couple little nice plays here and there, but it was his 2 turnovers that ultimately sealed it for the Washington Huskies. You gave him a short field with the fumble, and then you threw an interception because you're looking at one receiver, which was Colston Loveland the whole game. So again, I understand, look, we don't have as many playmakers as we did a year ago, it's not even, we didn't have too many playmakers last year. It was more so about how dominant the offensive line was and how we were able to control the game with our run, and then, be able to maneuver and get things done based on the fact that we were able to control the clock with our running. So this is what needs to happen. And, it's been rumored, it's been said by multiple reports. I'm going to probably do a full article about it and, do a full episode on this concept. But the kid, the quarterback, the true freshman, Jaydn Davis, was actually promised by the Michigan coaches. They promised the parents that they were going to redshirt him, let him develop, and let him, come and take over the reins a year ago. I believe that they need to be keeping that promise. They need to keep that promise, rebuild the entire roster around that kid, build it up, talk to other parents and say, hey, this is what we do here at Michigan. This is how we handle our business. We keep our word with the parents. We develop guys. And if you do it the right way, then we're talking about a year from now, we're talking about the Michigan Wolverines being back in the hunt for a Big Ten championship, back in the hunt for a national championship, if we start rebuilding now. But we cannot, when I wanted to make sure I'm clear and on the record saying that when we talk about rebuilding, does not mean just throw Jaydn Davis in there and think things are going to just solve, or the problems are going to solve themselves. No, I'm talking about rebuilding between Sherrone Moore, Jaydn Davis, and say, let's go back to these high schools. Let's go try to attract some of the top talent. Let's ride it out the rest of the year with Tuttle or whoever we're going to ride it out with. And let's build this thing for next year and not burn your shirt and keep that promise. That's what's really important in this game. That's what's really important when it comes to the relationships in college football and things like that. And it's another point that I'm going to close you out on is if you do it the right way, then you maintain your standards, you maintain your status as an elite program, because as you can see, any given day, any given Saturday, any college team in the world can be beaten. It doesn't matter where you are before the game. Anybody can be beaten on any given Saturday. So don't panic, don't throw the kid in, but it is time to rebuild around him from the recruiting standpoint and what you're going to be doing next year, all right? All that being said, main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, it's makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.